What's up, world? Welcome back, Charge the Game podcast. And Stephen A. Smith goes on a limb and says that he was prepared to throw them hands to LeBron James. That's right. Stephen A. Smith says that he was going to pop LeBron James if he would have put his hands on him.
I don't happen to consider anything that LeBron has said a laughing matter. So y'all wanted me to be serious, I'll be serious.
Be serious, Stephen A. Come on.
I know there's some people out there that's going to be like, oh, I'm milking the story for all it's worth. Well, I've been winning in television for quite some time. I don't need an incident like this to talk about LeBron, and I don't need an incident like this to get ratings.
All right, Stephen A. That's where Stephen A. Smith is lying to y'all now. I told y'all when I first saw the video, the viral video of Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James confrontation, I told y'all that Stephen A. Smith was going like this because, as you guys see, he's been on this whole media tour. That is the only thing I will agree with LeBron James on the Pat McAfee show when he says that Stephen A. Smith is on this Taylor Swift run, because Stephen A. Smith understands propaganda. This is the same guy who will wake up, who said the first thing he thinks about is how to make money for his bosses in himself. So LeBron James was right. Stephen A. Smith, you ain't got to lie like that, bro. What the kids say, stop the cap. Okay, like you're definitely running with this. Rightfully so. You stood your ground on purpose, I believe, because you look more like a victim in some cases, and LeBron James looks out of pocket. This brings you more money, more subscribers, more subscriptions, and more attention. We get it. Okay?
Plenty of ammunition to talk about, and both good and bad. So let's get that out the way first. Let's also get out the way that major props to Pat McAfee for getting that interview. There's a lot of people that's been texting me, and he's a teammate. He's on ESPN. Why would he do that? Please, y'all.
Mind you guys, LeBron James, to this day, and I've made the video, LeBron James has not gone on Shannon Sharp's platform. That's his buddy. Nor his boyfriend's Draymond Green's podcast. But he'll do a Mind the Game podcast with JJ Redick. Just struck an Amazon deal with Steve Nash on the Mind the Game podcast to replace his new head coach, JJ Redick. So LeBron James could have put any of these friends or advocates of his in position, and he has not yet done it. There is a beef between Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith knows this. He probably doesn't want to touch base on this, but Pat McAfee, Stephen A. Smith very much dislike each other. Stephen A. Smith kind of started it because, of course, he used racial baiting to get his contract by saying Pat McAfee is a white guy that's getting all his money. He hasn't done everything I've done, even though Pat McAfee built his own platform independently and ESPN reached out to him. Stephen A. Smith caused this rift, and LeBron James knows this. LeBron James is smart, man.
My issues are with LeBron James. And I just want to say for the record, LeBron James is full of it. And in this particular instance, as it pertains to his son, he is a liar.
Okay.
And he went on national television today and he lied again.
In this situation, I do believe that Stephen A. Smith is telling the truth. I think that LeBron James was wrong. I think that LeBron James is obviously lying, because the truth of the matter is it was something brewing way before Bronny James even entered the NBA, way before Bronny James played a lick of basketball at USC. And I'm going to state this in my opinion. I think that LeBron James used this opportunity as a facade to mask going after Stephen A. Smith using Bronny James as cover. But you guys let me know what y'all think. That's just my opinion. Old Chuck's opinion, okay?
You see, when he approached me while I was sitting courtside at that game against the New York Knicks, when he rolled up on me, I didn't know he was going to roll up on me. I had no idea. But when he said what he had to say, I was in no position to give any kind of retort without making a scene. It was during the third quarter. It was fresh out of a timeout. It was him walking to the basketball court. It was on national television. The cameras were rolling. And had I done something, what do y'all want me to do? You want me to act? You want this to be
Again, guys, the way Stephen A. Smith conducted himself in this situation, and now that I'm looking at it, I wonder, was this like a setup? Because this is the Morris twin, and we all know that the Morris twins like to fight. Maybe he was here just to slight somebody that tried to step in or something like this, but he did not have a chance to even get a word out. Looks like LeBron James came over there and was all business. again, I believe Stephen A. Smith in this situation for once, guys, for once.
And let me state for the record that while we bring up that, let me assure you it wouldn't have gone down like that. I would have gotten my ass kicked. Because had that man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately.
Oh, good. Oh, you would have immediately swung on him, Stephen A. Smith. You talk about like this. Show me the moves, Stephen A. Yo. Show me the moves. Like this, Stephen A. Smith. You hit him just like this. Man, come on. Yeah, just like this. Stephen A. Smith would have hit LeBron like this, right? I believe you, Stephen A. Smith. I believe you, man. Maybe this is the end of your sparring and you gassed out and you just didn't have nothing left. But I would assure you, man, this probably was not going to get the job done, Stephen A. Smith. And I get it. You know, as a man, you got kids out there. You probably dating a lady. You want to let her know. You want to let your kids know that you probably aren't a weak person, or you probably know what you're doing out there with your fist and your fundamentals. But nah. I don't know if this would have bode well for you, Stephen A. Smith, but we appreciate you, standing your ground and openly saying that you probably, I believe you would have gotten your ass whooped now. At least you know your truth. At least you know your truth, man.
But I knew he wasn't going to do something like that. There was no fear in my mind about it. It was shock. Because as I have repeatedly stated, I was not talking about his son. I was talking about him. And whether it's the video that you saw him a couple of days later after that incident when he was talking to Richard Jefferson, my colleague at ESPN, before an ABC game in Boston when it got blown out that night by the Celtics, or in the aftermath of it, including Pat McAfee's show when he talked about me getting personal and taking it beyond basketball, I'm getting to a point where I'm getting very annoyed at people who cover the game of basketball, who cover professional sports, pundits out there, including him, his inner circle, his family members, and everybody else included. When are y'all going to ask him or hold him accountable for the truth?
The problem is that Stephen A. Smith isn't really wrong. The problem is LeBron James has great business and great dealings and a great support system. Unfortunately, it's going to be unfair in Stephen A. Smith's favor. And everything that he's saying about LeBron James is the truth. And I get why he's actually annoyed. He's annoyed because he seems to be the only person doing his job. He's the only person that's going to put his foot on the gas. He's the only person that's willing to go out there on a limb in most of the media, the main media, right? You got other media outlets that keep it real about LeBron James. But when you see like the Nick Wrights of the world, the on and off situations with Kendrick Perkins and how people like put LeBron James on a pedestal, Stephen A. Smith, again, was not talking about LeBron James. I think everyone knows that. But, of course, if you can get LeBron James in front of a camera with a mic like Pat McAfee, you're going to ignore, right? You're going to ignore what's right. You're going to ignore your competence. And you want LeBron James to feel like he's right. That's the problem with LeBron James's career. He hates not being praised. He hates negative aspects or being painted in a negative light, when the truth of the matter is LeBron James did an awful thing by forcing Bronny James into the league and causing all of this criticism upon him. And he went after the easiest target in Stephen A. Smith. So now that Stephen A. Smith is doing his media tour, maybe LeBron James feels like it's his chance to do his media tour. LeBron James also knows Pat McAfee and Stephen A. Smith do not like one another. What does LeBron James do? Very calculated. I mean, I will give him this. The dude knows how to get at you without getting at you. Goes on Pat McAfee's show, clowns Stephen A. Smith, tells him that he's enjoying this and he's probably happy sitting on the couch in his tighty whities waiting to respond. And LeBron James is, at this point, I think LeBron James is being a little bit petty as well. I mean, it goes both ways in this situation. But I think that there are a lot of people who aren't necessarily LeBron James biased, and some people can keep it real. Some people can see both sides of the equation, like Dwayne Wade, who is obviously a close friend, which I don't think they're as close as they used to be. I think that Dwayne Wade said it perfectly. Carmelo Anthony, who is another close friend of LeBron James, they both said that LeBron James caused a lot of this on Bronny, okay? all of the saying that my son is better than half these cats in the NBA shit is lightweight hilarious. And then, them seeing it from Stephen A. Smith's side that he's just doing his job. Mind you, Dwayne Wade and Carmelo Anthony were heavily criticized by Stephen A. Smith as well. But the difference between Dwayne Wade and the Carmelo Anthony is they both have two sons who are playing great basketball. I know that Carmelo Anthony's son is a high prospect, and they just would not do what LeBron James did because they understand what comes with it. And what comes with LeBron James forcing Bronny James into the league the wrong way, right? Instead of him going through the grind and earning it, well, you're going to get criticized. And if he doesn't live up to what LeBron James is saying that he was going to be, people are going to start to criticize. They're going to have their opinions and they're going to have their takes. And like I will forever tell you guys, that's exactly what Stephen A. Smith did. He's just the one that LeBron James chose to go after. So you guys let me know, man. Like I said, just as much as Stephen A. Smith is saying that he would have swung on LeBron James, LeBron James is not like that. Name one tussle LeBron James has been in besides Draymond Green. He elbowed the Isaiah Stewart guy. I think he like cracked his nose. It was blood everywhere and shit like that. You guys know how that went. And again, I don't think that LeBron James wanted any parts of him either. I don't think that LeBron James is about that. I don't think that he would have swung on Stephen A. Smith. He's got too much to lose. That's an easy lawsuit, easily. So you guys let me know what y'all think, man. What do y'all think about Stephen A. Smith saying he would have swung on LeBron James if LeBron James dared to lay a hand on him? Let me know in the comment section, guys. If you guys are new to the channel and you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button for your boy. Takes your boy a long way in these algorithms. Make sure you hit that like button and that notification bell so y'all get more future content. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.